We need to see the Marauders.
The Marauders. Should I check you for head wounds?
Look, the Hydra is coming. This rebellion is over unless the Marauders can help us.
The Marauders are a pack of wild dogs!
Mason. I'm one of them.
What?
I'm a Marauder. After the fall of Ultor at the hands of the Earth Defense Force, the surviving scientists fled deep into the Martian caves. Fearing for their lives, the survivors cut off any and all contact with the outside world. But their research continued. For decades they went unnoticed, scavenging what they could to survive, and stripping away all evidence of their true identities. They became savage. They became feared. They became the Marauders.
Oh boy, this looks very Mad Max. So, this is... I'm not sure if this would be considered DLC. Because this, of course, is the Re-Mars-tered version, so this is sort of bundled with everything else. If it goes where I think it's going to go in the overall gameplay footage, then I've chosen a location for this where it'll serve to help make us more familiar with the Marauders overall. So we're playing as Samanya for this section. And I have no idea what I'm in for. I mean, we got some destruction targets, a tighter map, you know, by the nature of what we're doing here. And we have a mission. What is this? Oh, we don't know yet. We have to go check. Well, let's go check. What am I packing? So, hammer. What the hell? Oh, remote charges. Well, okay, sure. Do I still have a Guerilla handbook? No, I don't, because we're not a Guerilla anymore. Okay, sure. I guess I'll just have to figure things out. Okay, yeah, this is so Mad Max, it's not even funny.
Preparing to attack an Outlander supply station. You must hold the enemy's attention while they commence their attack.
So it's a Marauder version of the mech. They've swapped the industrial claws with what looks like medieval weaponry. It's got spikes all over. Like, this is just Mad Max. Thing does not turn on a dime. Oh, look at all the little EDF. I do actually enjoy these missions, because it's basically like they give you a toy, and then they just let you go ham. What's not to like? trouble with using this thing against vehicles as opposed to buildings is vehicles explode, and when they explode in front of you, you take damage. Now, something I'd like to point out, because this is technically being recorded after I finish the main campaign, but the art design in this game, because I criticized the main character for being super generic, and he is, I stand by that. Even our deuteragonist here, Samanya, is a bit generic for the time. Oh. I didn't even realize I'd wandered out of the zone. I was having too much fun smashing things. So yeah, Samanya, because I think of like PsyOps, the Mindgate Conspiracy, and things like that, and blonde and mysterious was very much on vogue for supporting female characters at this point in gaming history. I mean, I know I'm working on a sample size of 2, but technically, if we ignore the hair color for a minute, Second Sight also had a mysterious, you know, female deuteragonist. So yes, the character design is a little uninspired. However, the overall art direction of the game, while it has very little in common with the original Red Faction, and I wouldn't make a comparison with Red Faction 2, because Red Faction 2 had almost nothing to do with any of this. In fact, it's probably preferable to just think of it as having nothing to do with any of this. In Red Faction, in the original Red Faction, the art design was, of course, hampered by the technical limitations of the time. But even with that considered, this is clearly, like, a different look. And that's fine, like, art direction doesn't have to be just consistent. My point is that, yeah, I mean, the civilian vehicles have some variety. It's not a crazy amount of variety. My point is, I sort of stand by what I said in the post-commentary that you'll all hear while the credits roll, that, not having the ability to, like, summon a vehicle on demand, because that's kind of a common open-world thing these days, where you can just, I want a car, or my car, here, now, or have the ability to, like, buy and store specialist vehicles. Forcing the player to scavenge might thematically link with the whole Guerilla thing, but outside of that, it kind of dampens the fun factor. Now, I have no idea how long this, quote, bonus mission is going to go for. Time to go around. What? Zero Marauder actions complete. I literally just did 2 of them. Oh, this DLC is a little buggy. That's good to know. And back in our Mad Max Fury Road monster truck. Yes, it wasn't necessarily an unpleasant surprise that there was more of this game that I had to play, but I am looking forward to actually getting to Armageddon. And this is kind of stalling that, so I'm not thrilled still, it's got its own vehicles and stuff. Okay, that's a thing that happened. Oh, who knew that Samanya had such Herculean strength? Uh-oh. Yeah, it felt a little exploding. That's accurate. They actually give you a decent supply of ammunition for it for a change. Other problem, of course, is that all that time spent building up my character in the main campaign, and they don't start you quite from scratch. It's kind of a Metroid 2 start where you got some of the stuff that you don't start the main game with, but not all of it. Yes, I'm hoping my placement of this in the main campaign will help to give the Marauders a little more development than the main campaign does. This one wasn't crushed. Oh, there's our target. Well, just one building to go. Or archway? What the hell is this thing? Well, let's try our remote detonators. Oh, an APC's better as a battering ram. Ramming speed! Okay, I don't have enough traction or turning radius to avoid that pillar, so we'll have to remove it manually. You know what, there's another APC over there, and I think this one going off ought to destabilize the building enough. Oh, we have options. I'll start with the one that doesn't have a gun, more disposable. And again, ramming speed! And of course, I landed right on a structural pillar. Okay, we'll throw some explosive containers in there and... Okay, it won't let me. Fine, we'll just do this the hard way then. Come on. There we go. Marauders are supposed to be the descendant of the original scientists. I mean, talk about an inversion of their, like, social case. They went from the sort of brainiacs who came up with stuff to just being, you know, savages who fight each other and live in the hills. I mean, I can see it happening. It's very, the Time Machine? Now, the humans that take shelter from, like, the lunar apocalypse or whatever. I am, of course, referencing specifically the film version that starred Guy Pearce. Yeah, the advanced humans who took cover in underground shelters, while they didn't technologically regress quite so much, like, there was a lot of biological regression. Smart arc welder? Yes, because the electricity can be told who to target and why. Well, who performs upgrades on our gear in this context? Because usually in the main campaign it was Samanya that did that. But we're Samanya, so... Well, I mean, here we are in an upgrade area. There's nobody here. Well, I'll be back once I've cleared out a bunch of this.